Howdy gamers, we're back. It is Monday. We're going to be checking out part 5. Part 5 of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. On YouTube, it's day 5 here on Twitch. Yesterday we made a lot of progress on side cases and missable achievements. We're going to be going first today for missable achievement for making the right accusations. And all the 3 cases where you can do that, apparently, since we did 2 of those yesterday. Alright. I'm gonna need to pick up. Yep. Alright, that's for a different case than the one that I'm gonna be going to first. You have to do one police case, then another one gets posted, and so forth and so on. You can't just like collect them all at once, like say Borderlands quests or Witcher quests. Alright, so we need to go to the Chronicle. I could fast travel, but close enough.
Killed with one perfect shot to each eye. Can you imagine?
All right. We're talking about a man who was killed in the old ruins on the southwestern side of Grand Saray. Apparently, both his eyes were shot out. That's strange credulity, but is worth investigating. Yeah, especially with guns from back then. Wowza. Alright. Alright, old ruins. Down there. Guess fast traveling to the house is the quickest way. Always a lighthouse, there's always a man, there's always a city.
Good day, sir.
Merhaba. Good day to be alive.
And by extension, a poor day to take a bullet. Do you know what happened here?
Officer said there was a duel, shots fired, and then that fellow took his last breath. Reminds me of last year.
So the inspectors have been and gone?
Of course. Police don't let an undertaker do his work before they've finished theirs.
You mentioned a previous incident.
It was in the old city ruins. I remember the deceased was very rich. Front page news, very, very rich he was. But a coin makes a poor shield, as I always say. And who needs it when a view like this is free?
Why are you just standing there?
I came to take the deceased to the cemetery, but caught sight of Mother Nature's bounty and had to drink my fill. He won't mind anyway. Let me tell you, friend, the sweet sea air, the calming whisper of the waves, it's a salve for all ills.
Who died?
Oh, no, 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 mister. It is not my place to say.
Not your place. Nonsense. As you say, he won't mind.
Death with dignity, that's all we can hope for, sir. He doesn't need his name out there.
We're done.
All right.
I love this place. So peaceful here, yes?
I mean,
I love this place. So peaceful here, yes?
not like a dead person's gonna complain.
This man is no more. He's ceased to be. He's expired and gone to meet his maker. He's a stiff. Bereft of life, he rests in peace. You know the rest.
The bullet entered the heart at an angle, implying it was fired from an elevated position. He died instantly. Predictably, the rumors were exaggerated. The blindfold is intact, with both eyes unharmed.
You're not gonna take the blindfold off?
A key for a birdcage? I'll take it. A Webley top-break revolver. Blank cartridges filled with a wax-covered gelatin bullet. Effectively harmless, even at close range, but leaves a nice red splash on impact.
Well, he was expecting to fake a shooting, at least it seems. All right.
The duelist eventually reloaded his gun, but all the cartridges were filled with red non-lethal rounds. A blindfold, discarded or lost. Your opponent was behind you.
Very interesting. Coolest suit? Okay. Are they bright yellow so that they know where to shoot?
Blank cartridges filled with red wax-covered gelatin bullets. Most assuredly non-lethal, if rather theatrical on impact. The corner of the box is broken, likely from being dropped. A case for dueling Webley revolvers.
Chris, how's it going? Welcome back. Not talk about the Blind Dueling Club. Never miss an opportunity to practice your shooting skills. Do not shed blood at duels or other club meetings, okay? Or the footprints that I needed to follow. Do I not need to follow? Oh,
Red stains, relatively fresh.
hopefully I don't have to do any quick maths. I probably will. Getting better at it.
A Lamat revolver, .42 caliber. One chamber is empty, the others are filled with live rounds.
Then I'll fail like my students. McGee, how's it going? Good thing I'm not grading people's spelling, huh, McGee? Failed a typing class? You're at work? Well, I appreciate you watching me while you're at work. What did I miss here? Supposed to leave 38 minutes ago? What? You've been at work for 38 minutes longer than you were supposed to?
Gosh, how exciting.
Okay.
I always wanted
That's
to be
what I
a member
missed.
of a club. I bet you couldn't join. No good at following orders, are you, Sherry?
Ah, the contest then. I shall prove my blind devotion, so to speak, to their inane rules, and you shall eat your words.
Alright, that's him getting shot. It's been a real red hot top tier shift. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Alright, so that one's right. Oh, is this stick up? Or, oh no, they're both grabbing theirs. Okay, this guy was shooting at the murderer.
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. It may have been the referee who took advantage of the duelists while they were blindfolded. This seems plausible, but I must consider all options. What if there was another person here?
Oh, the referee heard the shot and dropped the... Oh, okay. It was an unsub here.
The victim was killed by someone up on the wall. There may have been someone else here, a fourth person waiting for an opportunity to strike.
You know what? That undertaker has a point. It is beautiful here.
All right. Build the 3 blind dueling club rules before finishing the case. Okay. Let's make a save just in case I inevitably fuck up.
Sometimes I think beauty can blind you, or you can be blind to beauty, you know? Did he see it all around him, do you think, before he covered his eyes and drew his pistol?
Alright, we can't talk about the blind dueling club.
Can we please leave the nattering behind?
Oh, friend, relax. Life's too short to be short with people.
Provide evidence. Duel in the ruins.
There is more to this case than meets the eye. The victim fell not to his duel opponent, but to hidden marksmen in the ruins. Abandon your oversimplistic ideals and tell me the name of the deceased so his killer can be caught.
Ah, that is wrong, to be sure. Okay, the man's name was Eric von Staub. I heard the officers say that he lived in Scaladio.
At last. You may return to your vacant stare.
Alright, let's look up this dude's name. Eric von Staub. How's your Monday going, McGee? Alright, violent crimes. Victims. From Scaladio. Alright, so 1880. He was 23. Parents died in a horse accident 3 years ago. Sister is on Baskerville Street between Vernet and Bonaparte. All these things that are like names from Sherlock Holmes stories. All right, Baskerville between Vernet and Bonaparte. Here's Baskerville. Oh, gonna be over here. Oh, and we need to look up the murder from a year ago. Which is down there where we need to go anyway, at the newspaper place. When is the Sherlock Holmes and Blue's Clues crossover? I have no idea, Sam. I'm still waiting for Sherlock Holmes and Scooby-Doo to get together. Actually, wait. I'm old, as Chris would easily or readily tell you. So I never really watched Blue's Clues. Was Blue a girl? For some reason, I think because of pop culture, Blue was a girl dog. Yes. So crossover between Blue and Scooby-Doo, and then they have kids. Recent front page news because it was a murder. It was over in Old City. Young heir to one of Cordona's richest families has died in a blind duel. Okay. Sherlock and Scooby-Doo had a crossover? Oh yeah, I forgot. They make Scooby-Doo movies of like crossovers with everything. Like a Batman one, I believe a Ninja Turtles one, a WWE one. Alright, Alright. Oh, in 1984. Wow. Before I was born. All the Harlem Globetrotters.
Extra, extra!
Uh,
Look at what you've done! Criminal Luca Gallicci, posing as a medium, confessed to the strangulation of a noblewoman.
in South Park, they had a Scooby-Doo like episode where the kids crossed over with Corn.
Extra, extra!
It was like very, very early South Park episode back when Corn was relevant.
Stopped it! Again! The killer elephant Goliath has been
Actually, credit Scooby-Doo for why you really love crime dramas. For me, it was Sherlock Holmes that I grew up. Sherlock Holmes. All right. Oh, I have to be disguised as a cop. Okay. All right. Oop. Horn made a cameo in Monk. And what... Late 90s, early 2000s, what a time to be alive, right?
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
The last name sounds like Stab, and was shot to death.
Good day, miss. I regret to disturb you at this tragic time, but could you spare a moment?
Oh, officer. I've been waiting. Is his body still in that horrible place?
A horrible place? I should introduce you to the Undertaker. But first, you and I shall get to know one another.
Looks palate. I mean, that is kind of suspicious being given she's on a tropical or Mediterranean island. Bruisings, dried red paint. Old bruise. Alright, so was she being beaten by her brother? And somebody murdered him for it? In mourning. The victim of beatings. Imprisoned in her home. Oh, okay. Makes her so pale. An episode when there was a murder in the middle of a traffic jam and Monk's personal assistant's daughter really needed to use the bathroom. And at the end it cuts to them in the tour bus with Monk standing outside and the whole band just looking at him. I mean, wouldn't you want to stare at Tony Shalhoub?
I am Officer Holmes. I take it you are Magda von Staub, the sister of the deceased?
Oh, pardon me. Yes, I am.
My deepest condolences, Miss von Staub. Your brother's body will be returned to you shortly, as I believe the case will soon be closed. Nevertheless, there remain some formalities requiring attention. May I ask you a few questions?
Oh, if you must. But I'm unsure if I will be of much help.
Forgive my intrusion, but I must inquire about your bruises. Did you take a tumble?
Oh, I have a weak disposition. It is not so bad, but my skin marks more easily than a peach. It is the least of my sorrows.
But, Miss von Staub, I can tell you suffered new bruises even before the old ones had healed.
I have nothing more to add, Officer Holmes. It is what it is.
Do you know if Mr. von Staub had any enemies? Someone that may have sought to do him harm?
Enemies? I don't know. He and I did not discuss such matters, and he was rarely called upon by visitors. My brother's only guests were his friendly contests, but I was not allowed to participate. I merely heard it all from my room.
Contests?
Eric would practice shooting on the patio, and occasionally friends would join him, but I couldn't tell you if they ever argued.
Where were you when your brother died, Miss von Staub?
I was here painting Eric's portrait. My God, you could have asked the servants.
Alas, I needed to hear it from your lips. May I take a look at Mr. von Staub's room? His personal effects may prove invaluable in our understanding of the case.
Please do. Here's the key.
Alright,
How many German composers feature here?
right, the parents who were killed in the
It
traffic
appears
accident.
The parents are dearly missed. Our beloved parents, 1875, Baden-Baden. Rest in peace.
Interesting. Alright.
Look at those pew 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 pew.
Right, John. Alright, so we need to never miss an opportunity to practice our aim.
Oh, I love it when you're reckless. Were those Limoges porcelain?
You have a keen eye.
All right, so that was rule 2.
Well, I suppose it's yours. Next time, shoot with the blindfold.
Sherlock thing, reading was never your thing as much as you like the stories your ADHD made and still makes reading very difficult to sit through it. That's totally understandable. I was diagnosed with ADD when I was in middle school. And but for whatever reason, my parents took me. They didn't feel like that was the right diagnosis, and so they took me to a different doctor and psychiatrist, and it was like, no, you're just depressed, and that's why you can't focus on things. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, we need to do sister's room first.
A handsome portrait of Eric. Miss von Staub does have talent. The black paint looks thick. It's been mixed with something.
Bullets.
The rounds have been emptied. Excellent score.
Elementary school for you. Very fortunate your parents listened to, because this was at a time when ADHD had far more deniers than it does now. It's interesting because if we think a kid has ADHD, we can't say it.
An ointment
Like, we
by
can't
a
tell the
Dr.
parents.
Herbert with a lavender and pine scent.
You have to, have the kid go to the counselor, and then the counselor like talks to the kid about it, and they'll make like a suggestion to the school nurse, but we can't say like, oh, your kid has ADD or ADHD. Obviously, because we're not professionals, but we see.
She covered the locked windows with paintings, but the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She covered the locked windows with paintings.
We deal
but
with
the atmosphere
a couple hundred
remains
kids a
oppressive.
year.
Sad home for a young woman.
We can definitely see the signs, from the kids who
She covered the locked windows.
have
with
the diagnosis
paintings,
and
but
have
the atmosphere remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. She
education
covered the
plans
locked
in place
windows
for
with
them.
Paintings, but the atmosphere
Okay.
remains oppressive. Sad home for a young woman. The end and the beginning.
All right, that's where the murder was.
The end and the beginning.
Right. All right, anything else? Okay. Oh, it's a maid. Oh, for a second it was gonna be John since he poses in weird ass places. Missing gun case about 16 inches. Lamont. All right, so definitely not the dueling pistols.
This whip is well loved and well used.
I'm assuming he used it on his sister. Was this guy American? Holy shit. Remnants of burnt paper. Russian army guide to Corporal. Alright, so he definitely was beating his sister with it. Speaking of sisters, my sister's gonna play Mario Kart with me when she's here on Friday. So that'll be an interesting stream to say the least. Thank you for your recent statements of debts owing. I assure you that I'm well aware of the 70,000 gold marks to which you are entitled. Alright. Oh, another Dostoevsky book. The featured
Sir
element in one of the
Barnaby
cases
Boddington,
yesterday.
1879. A wealthy man in his 60s.
Hard to diagnose as well. U.S. has a substantially higher diagnosis rate than other countries. The fact that our diagnosis per populace is higher means that we're either over-diagnosing or under-diagnosing. A while to type for some reason. A lot to say. Boddington. So he's trying to marry off his sister. Alright, creepy. Alright, Blind Duelist Club.
A typical crest for a league or a guild. Club headquarters, 190th anniversary celebration.
Oh, he wants to join the German army? Alright. Alright. Up. Let's see here. Do chemical analysis on the burnt letters, which means it's time for the math. Alright. So we need to get... here. +1. And then... ×2. Then another ×2. All right. That. Easy. Multiple people have written stuff, okay? All right. Weird, you have to go outside of their house to go to their bedrooms, unless another stairway. Okay. I'm
Good
assuming
day,
that's where that
officer.
goes.
Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
I found burnt letters in your brother's room. I believe they were addressed to you.
To me? From whom?
They appear to be from some of your suitors. Why did you burn them?
I didn't. I didn't even know about them. Eric, he never said a word. I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, I don't follow.
It seems you and Mr. Boddington were to be engaged. Were you as thrilled at the prospect as your brother?
Mr. Boddington is not how I had imagined my husband. But it was Eric's choice. I didn't dare dispute it. I don't understand.
One of the revolver cases in your brother's room is missing. Do you know where it may be?
I'm not permitted in Eric's quarters. I suppose he must have taken it with him. I'm sorry, I don't follow.
There is an unfinished portrait of your brother in your room. Beautiful to be sure, but one detail drew my attention. Why did you add gunpowder to your black paint?
You entered my room? I thought you were only inspecting Eric's.
It is standard procedure, Miss von Staub. Now, tell me about the gunpowder.
Eric's art was his shooting, and this painting is my tribute to him. It felt appropriate. We're both artists in different ways.
Right? Alright, so we need to find the club now. In Grand Surrey at the end of Baskerville Street. Right there. Alright. Like fucking Dick Tracy over here. All right. Save.
Please come in, sir. The gentlemen are waiting for you on the training ground. Down the stairs.
All right. So that's the Lamau. Heinrich Fugen von Kram. All right. All right, so the Krams are people who run this shit.
How often do you think they check the submission box? My application deserves prompt consideration.
Right. Is there
Fancy.
anything else?
Not every manor has a custom floor.
That is the von Kramkress, the old Prussian noble family. They must be patrons of the club.
In a glass case of emotion. No bloodshed at the club. All right. Arrest all enemies so I don't shed blood. So this is for the achievement, is to follow the rules.
It's the killer. Shake a leg. Get him.
I will end you.
Time to knock this guy out.
Take a rest, my friend.
He's all yours now. Go for it.
No?
The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
I'm coming.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Dueling with a fucking shotgun? Oh, I fucked that up. I drew blood. Thought I shot him in the armor, the arm armor.
It's the killer. Shake a leg. Get him.
You can overcome the brute now.
Take a rest, my friend.
I need to get a better angle on this fucker.
He's all yours now. Go for it. The snuff's ready.
Put you 6 feet under.
How do you do? No more.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I couldn't miss the party.
Don't cry. You'll...
The snuff's ready.
No more crime for you until next month.
You can overcome.
Fuck off. How did that shoot him in the head? I was aimed onto the hat.
It's the
I'm coming
killer.
for you.
Shake a leg. Get him.
We can overcome the brute now.
Too simple.
I will end you.
Time to knock this guy out.
No more crime for you.
The snuff's ready.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm coming.
Too simple.
I'm coming for you.
He's all yours now. Go for it.
I'm coming for you.
Take a rep.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Does he have any armor left? No.
Don't- Too simple.
The
A
snuff's
little
ready.
slap at the end. Alright, can I get both of them with one snuff thing?
Dodge this.
Apparently
Coming
not.
for you.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Take a rest.
The snuff's ready.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Give him the pepper snuff. I must say, Sherry, that was near perfect. Could it be that you're not completely hopeless?
Hey! Alright. Let's find some clues. What did that say about Von Staub? I can just go back and look in my
A nice apricot
Inventory.
aroma. Marilyn schnapps, I presume. Half full. 2 glasses with dregs of alcohol. Should I pour us a drink, John? Glass crushed underfoot with damp traces still visible. Clever system.
Alright,
All these places are perfectly secluded, ideal for private duels.
Okay.
The same ingredient was used in the dueling revolver's ammunition.
Founded in 1689 by von Kram. Okay. Was there anything else here? Checking my little guide. Other club member, alright. Oh, getting vibrations. Oh, there we go. Oh, it is a Scooby-Doo mystery. There's a secret hiding place. Put the candle back. Uh-huh.
Who the devil are you? I won't go down without a fight.
Sherlock Holmes, and if I wanted a fight, you would already be on the floor. Fortunately for you, I'm merely here to ask a few questions.
Is that so? Well, come on, pretty boy. How about I fix that nose of yours? Give it a bit more character.
Enough. Your compatriots attacked me and I responded. They still have their lives, unlike Mr. von Staub.
True. At least you are not a murderer. Fine, you may speak.
Tell Irene Adler that I only have eyes for Moriarty right now. I'm good. You home from work now, Chris? Alright, so he's got poor eyesight. And he's got the best marksman medal. I'm assuming he's a cheat. Walking home now. Careful where you're going, my guy. You wouldn't have been able to make the shot from up on that cliff. Oh, Mycroft, his name is stupid. I wish. Maybe it was what they were trying to call Minecraft back in the day. Mycroft.
So you are Mr. von Kram, one of the club's best shots, the referee of the deadly duel, and witness to Mr. von Staub's murder.
Incorrect. I am the best shot at the club. Heinrich Vögen von Kram. But how did you know I was there?
Your clothes, Mr. von Kram, the dirt on your trousers confirms your presence in the old ruins. And your jacket features a bloodstain from your attempts to save Mr. von Staub.
That is impressive.
It is merely inferential. Now, a few questions, if I may.
Be my guest. I have nothing to hide.
I'd like to speak with the other competitor.
He left the island. Mr. Dorfman was sure that the killer was after him. He is innocent, I assure you.
Indeed, from his position, it would be impossible to fire the bullet at such a downward trajectory, but he was a witness. Shame. So, what transpired in the old ruins?
Everything began as normal.
Yeah, it is very
The sequence of
unsubtle.
choice of weapons. I checked it all, and then blindfolded the duelists. Erich stood to my left, and his opponent, Mr. Dorfman, to my right. Before they could begin, the killer fired. And I'm sure it was not Dorfman.
Why are you so sure?
The sound was different. Not a Webley revolver, and further away. The killer must be an excellent shot to hit the heart.
Did you or the other duelist see the murderer?
No. The killer slipped away into the hills, so we turned our attention to Erich. Rest his soul.
And neither of you pursued the culprit?
I will not have my character impugned. We had only blank cartridges and a fallen friend at our feet. He was our focus.
You said the killer was an excellent shot. Do you suspect someone from the club?
Definitely not. No one from the club would break our rules.
What transpired after the shooting?
I heard Erich cry out and fall. Mr. Dorfman turned and fired at the killer, but I shouted at him to stop and help. I tried to save Erich, but it was too late. He was gone.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't help you with this. I've never seen this before. I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about.
You have a nice collection of pistols, Mr. von Kram.
Ah, a fellow connoisseur of firearms. Did something catch your eye?
What caught my eye is a missing Lamat. Where is it?
Ah, that one. I lost it in a bet. A rare failure of mine.
A bet with whom?
That's private, Mr. Holmes, and unrelated to your investigation.
Pretty sure the Lamat's what killed him, so...
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about.
It seems you owed Mr. von Staub a small fortune.
A fortune to you, perhaps, but a trifle to me. Our debts ebbed and flowed. In our next contest, there was every chance I would win it back. Erich was too concerned about all that. Frankly, he often lacked the demeanor of a nobleman. His progressive tendencies could be grating. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen this before.
Dude, you were at the murder scene.
I can't help you with this.
Last year, there was a similar incident in which a duelist died. What can you tell me?
A tragedy. I shot too well, and my opponent stumbled from the impact. He slipped and fell down the cliff. I regret it all. I have not participated in a duel since. Instead, I only take the role of a referee and supervise the proceedings for safety. I swore that no other club member would die in a duel. Alas, someone else intervened. I can't help you with this. I can't help you with this. I don't know what you're talking about.
As it happens, a Lamat .42 caliber revolver was discovered at the crime scene. You said you were missing a Lamat, yes?
I did, but my Lamat was a .36 caliber.
And you can prove that?
My word is proof enough. If I said it, it is true.
I don't think that's how the world works, but okay.
How to sharpen one's senses.
Oh, because he wants to get his eyesight better.
Arrived just yesterday. Addressed to Heinrich von Kram and written with a nervous hand.
You ever... Alright, so that gives Heinrich motive. If Eric was trying to be a dick and snake a position from him or a job from him.
Look, Sherry, I'm head of the club.
A remarkable tool to conveniently enhance anything. I could use one for my analysis.
That's the first time Sherlock Holmes discovers a fucking magnifying glass.
Recordings labelled in Braille.
Your ability to perceive the world can be developed with work and concentration.
Recordings labelled in Braille. Doesn't appear to be the happiest childhood.
Not if you're
Cecilia
blind.
von Kram with Heinrich, Cologne, 1864. Mein Wunder.
He's a member of the KKK, apparently. Right, and then
There must be more you can recall from the day of the duel.
I wish. My eyes make me a poor witness, I'm afraid.
Yes, your blindness, an affliction since childhood, one presumes. No scars on your face, and you carry yourself with confidence.
I'm starting to see your worth, Mr. Holmes.
But this limitation developed your other senses and made you an excellent marksman. So, tell me, did you notice anything else?
I do recall a floral smell. Something artificial. It was sweet and fresh and came from the direction of the killer.
I'm not going to accuse him.
You and Eric were competing for the position of honorary consul, yes? Quite the title.
We were, but he stood no chance. Only a true nobleman could take such a role.
Difficult for him to contest it now. Do you recognize this scent?
Yes. This is it. The smell I noticed at the ruins. Where did you get it? Do you know who killed Eric? Tell me his name.
I need to be elsewhere.
All right, so it's the sister. Yeah, I can't change clothes. All right, need to be cop. A cop unit. All right. All right, Von Staubhaus is right there. All right, and now we should, after accusing her of the murder, we should pop the achievement for guilty.
Extra, extra! Look at what you've done!
Good day, officer. Miss von Staub awaits you in her boudoir.
Going on a trip, miss?
No, I'm leaving permanently. This place brought me nothing but sorrow. I am sorry. What do you want?
Accuse.
I think the time has come to be honest with each other, Miss von Staub. I'll start with my confession. I misled you in our previous meeting. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I do not work for the police.
What? I don't understand.
In actuality, I was independently investigating your brother's death and came to an unexpected conclusion.
How? Why?
It was not a tragic accident, miss. It was cold-blooded murder. And I know the culprit.
No. Who is he?
Nice try, but as you well know, I'm talking to the culprit right now.
What? Are you out of your mind?
Certainly not. Allow me to explain how you killed your brother.
All right, so the Lamont.
The missing box in your brother's room contained a Lamat, the same weapon used for the murder. You stole it to kill your brother.
What? No. Eric was obsessed with guns. I bet he simply left that revolver somewhere else.
Yes, it was left somewhere else. The crime scene. Abandoned in panic, a typical feminine response.
Whoa!
No, I've never been to that cursed
A
place.
bit of mahogany here.
You hid behind the wall in the ruins. None of the others present could have killed Eric from that position. Both the duelists were blindfolded and Mr. von Kram is ill-sighted.
So nobody saw anything? Your imagination has run wild.
Ah, but you forget one thing. A blind man's other senses grow stronger. Mr. von Kram detected a lavender and pine scent. That of your ointment.
You're taking the word of a sightless man. This is monstrous.
And then we're Oddington. She was getting married off, and her brother was beating her, so she has. This is her escape, basically.
It is your brother who was monstrous. He was a tyrant, and you could tolerate his abuse no longer.
Living with Eric was a nightmare, yes. But he was my brother.
Now, Miss von Staub, take your time. Tell me the truth.
After our parents died, my life slowly became hell. My brother began to humiliate me. Then he became violent. Each day he'd invent a new punishment. Shut my room, burn my paintings, starve me. And without fail, I would be beaten. All visits were forbidden, all contact verboten. I was his caged bird, his pet. When we did go out, he used me to bait influential people. He sold me to Mr. Boddington simply to earn a place amongst this island's elite.
Was that not freedom from your brother?
He sold me as a thing, sir. Who do you think this gentleman was? I could not endure more cruelty. Mr. Holmes, I'm begging you. Please don't do this to me. Don't throw me from one cage to another.
You have suffered enough, Miss von Staub, but now it is over. I will not turn you into the police.
I don't know what to say. What will happen with the case?
The usual. With their typical stupidity, the inspectors will confidently declare the case a tragic accident, and that will be that.
I didn't expect such kindness.
Kindness? No, where the truth reveals injustice, I expect accountability, but in this matter, Miss von Staub, I see no injustice at all.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'll never forget what you're doing.
All right. All right. Then accurate evidence in all accusations. All right. That is the end of that series of quests. That achievement. Go ahead and make a zesty save. What do police cases now? All right. Sailor was stabbed to death in a fight at the Gold Eel Bar, which is located on Scarlet Street in the Old City, west of Sesame Street. Fucking Elmo the murderer. I'm going to assume. Old City. Scarlet Street. Sesame Street. Look at that, fast travel. Let's get out of these top clothes. Oop. And then let's look over the evidence. I was just sitting there minding my own business when the traitor hit the soldier and he crashed onto my table. How could I stay calm? So I might have grabbed a bottle and smashed it over the traitor's head. I don't remember anything after that. Started pushing me around. I didn't mean to spill my drink on him. Someone smashed the bottle and I blacked out. Excuse me. Traitor spilled his beer on the sailor, and boy, that escalated quickly. Man, whoever does the flavor text, I know I said this yesterday, but they are having way too much fun with their job, and I appreciate their fun efforts. All right. Where's the bar? Oh, the Golden Eel. Alright, that bird's very unsubtle.
Stark told me you'd be doing the legwork for him. Feel free to look around.
Alright.
Wow, things really got out of hand here.
Holy shit. Alright, let's start the number 1.
An unfinished bottle of rum.
Spilled beer led to spilled blood.
Oh, it was Thomas J. He can't see without his glasses.
The lenses are very thick. The owner of these glasses is very nearsighted. Someone must have landed hard on it.
Alright.
Shards of a broken bottle with blood on them. Solid oak. It took quite a blow to break it.
A lot of blood.
That's a lot of blood. The victim was stabbed several times. Sharp enough to gut a fish or a man. An ordinary kitchen knife.
Alright. Time for the Mind Palace reconstruction. No, that doesn't seem quite right. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, and then... the man with the hat was knocked out there. Alright.
It all started when the trader accidentally spilled his beer over the sailor. The trader punched the soldier who came crashing down on a table. The worker smashed a bottle over the trader's head, then the sailor knocked the worker out with a chair. The soldier is the real killer. He wanted to knife the trader but killed the sailor due to his poor eyesight.
Alright. Easy peasy. Alright, now to go turn it into the cops.
You have 3 people detained on suspicion of murdering a sailor in a bar fight. All evidence indicates that the soldier among them is the true killer. He was the last man standing.
Very well. Soldier or not, he'll get what he deserves. I'll see to it personally. Nice work. Try solving another case. It seems you have a knack for it.
Just a slight knack. Alright. Splitting the loot, splitting the loot. Alright. 3 men were killed in a quarrel over the distribution of bank robbery loot. The gunfight was reported at the northern end of Silverton in a backyard, jeez, on Engineers Lane between Ebernote Street and Coalpit Street. Okay. Northern end of Silverton in Engineer Lane. Okay, over here ish, roughly. All right, now we're gonna fast travel. Definitely looks like a place where bank robbers would hang out. Alright, murder here. Do I need to get in my outfit for it? Nope. I can look like a civilian and still do it. There was a firefight.
It's you again. Be sure not to miss any clues. Stark will piece them together, you'll see.
Some loot has been left behind. Whoever took it must have been in a hurry.
Greed and booze got the better of them. No wonder it ended in violence.
Two bullets hit the cart. No traces of blood, though.
Oh, that's blood, though.
Droplets of blood. Someone caught a bullet here.
Okay.
The blade is very sharp. Perfectly balanced for throwing. The man with the shotgun fired only 2 shots.
Seems he was too busy bleeding to reload.
Stuck deep in the wood.
Let's throw a knife in the tree.
Pieces of brass tacks. Piranha rounds.
Fuck or piranha rounds. They put like shrapnel in the bullet.
Bent glasses with cracked lenses. The shooter fired 3 rounds. A brand new Colt, 45 caliber.
All right. Mine Palace. All right. Got to be somebody with glasses, right? Alright, so dude with the hat got knifed, I'm assuming by guy over here was shooting and throwing knives. Or did this guy... had a knife. Guy had the shotgun. Alright.
The man with the shotgun was killed by a throwing knife to the neck, but not before firing at the man in glasses. The man in the hat took a bullet to his leg, but 2 other bullets missed. The report mentioned he was shot in the heart, but how? There's something I'm missing here. Who could have finished him off?
Alright. The missing piece. Reinforced
A police
boot.
print. So that's how it ended.
What, was it a cop who shot him? Uh-huh. Was it this guy?
I just arrived here this morning.
Alright, let's go back to Stark.
I visited the location where the 3 robbers killed each other over some stolen loot, but I wasn't the first to inspect the scene, was I?
No. Officer Schmidt arrived there first, just hours after it was reported. Poor Schmidt. That same day, he received news that his dear old grandmother in Austria had died. He had to leave for the funeral immediately.
He is anything but poor. I doubt he'll be coming back. It was he who killed the last robber and took the loot for himself.
Blasted. I knew he was acting suspiciously. He may be beyond our reach now, but I'll be sure to expose the little weasel when I write my report. Nice work. Feel free to take another case. We make a great team, you and I.
What was Did in the Shadows? Oh yeah, the new season of What We Do in the Shadows was coming out next week, I think. 2 men found dead near an open grave at the cemetery. Both victims had bite marks on their necks. Graveyard keeper and a assistant professor. Reportedly a vampire. What? Evidence points to the possible involvement in supernatural forces. Alright, that's horseshit. And then they both turned into bats and flew away. Alright, that's fucking weird. Alright. Graveyard was over here. Okay. Go ahead and make a save. Amused from abroad. Okay. I wish it would not have a mother's love, but like the case that you most recently completed. Makes shit very confusing. Alright. Oh, did I get fucking trapped in the... Okay. Alright. That's the exit. Oh, here's the cop.
This place gives me the creeps. What if the vampire comes back?
Alright.
The flowers are still fresh.
Like a hat a vampire would wear.
This is a somewhat neglected and dusty hat.
It's Rose the Hat. Dr. Sleep.
The stone is rather unwieldy, so it couldn't be used as a weapon. Someone fell and hit their head on it.
We're dealing with a very immoderate bloodsucker here.
Number 2. Oh, here's number 2.
Looks like a set of surgical instruments. One is missing. The label is illegible.
Right, so we're gonna have to do chemical analysis on that. We've run out of fresh cadavers for dissection. You know what to do, Professor Shelley. Like Mary Shelley. I get it. I get it.
An expensive hat with a few grey hairs stuck to the brim. Someone tore their trousers here.
Trousers. Shiz jizzed in his trousers. Or whatever he always says.
The bleeding wasn't severe, there are just a few drops. The blade is bent from the impact.
Alright, let me see here.
Nicely roasted.
Roast rat, roast mushrooms.
Psilocybin mushrooms. These are powerful hallucinogens.
Alright, that explains the bat shit.
I wonder how even the most destitute always somehow manage to scrape together enough for a drink.
An addiction, my guy. Alright, chemical analysis time. it's going to become negative, and then we'll do a +1. Oh, no, not you. And then actually, wait, no, that wouldn't work. All right, so we're going to combine these. There we go. Formalin used for embalming corpses. Okay. All right, hold on. Sorry, I need to respond to this text real quick. All right. That explains the flowers there. The next spot here. Alright, so we got fucked up with the shovel so badly that the shovel blade bent. Alright, so this guy was just stabbing people to make it look like a vampire? Like taking out their throats?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate. You're not even trying, Sherry.
Where did I go wrong?
You're not even trying, Sherry. Concentrate.
Um... That is definitely not the case. Alright, there
The
we
brother
go.
of the deceased became furious when he caught the anatomist exhuming his sister's body. He killed him with a shovel. The graveyard keeper took to his heels, but didn't get far. He fell, hitting his head on a stone, which rendered him unconscious. With the murderer gone, the reporter who was hiding punctured the neck of the first victim to imitate a bite. But when he did the same to the second victim, he killed an unconscious man. So we have 2 murders and 2 murderers, but no vampires.
Vampires are not so scary when you have grave robbers and journalists running around.
Alright, so now that we have that done, you just need to go back to the police station.
Constable Stark, do you believe in vampires?
Hey? What do vampires have to do with anything?
Oh, that's
They have
exactly
everything
what
to
I
do
thought
with
while
it.
looking into the murders at the cemetery. The primary suspect is indeed the murderer, but he's not the only one. The reporter, who so easily fooled everyone with his vampire stories, killed the other victim.
But why would he do that?
He believed the unconscious man to be dead and decided to concoct a thrilling story for his readers.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Holmes. I'll have the conniving little scrub taken in immediately. There's only one case left. Don't let me stop you.
Alright, scapegoat. Save. Sure. Ring theory. 4 persons were arrested for theft, property damage, and debauchery. 3 women dressed in robes and animal masks, and a priest. All right, kind of kinky. Stealing and slaughtering a goat in the forest ruins to the west of the cemetery. All right. Assuming that, yep. Some pagan bullshit going on over here.
What a waste.
Is it wine or blood?
The hoof prints end in deep furrows. The animal was resisting.
The priest said that he came here to stop the ritual. Did you really, Father?
Multiple bare footprints. I should examine them more closely. Multiple bare footprints. I should examine them more closely.
I mean, I'm trying.
The rope is soaked with wine.
Okay, so it is wine rather than blood.
The goat was torn to pieces. Ugh. Savagery.
All right. So the women's doing the witchy shit. All right. It's, um. All right, and then number 3 was over here. Or, no, priest was in the bushes. I'm all twisted around here, chat. Alright, they're dragging the priest out from the bushes. And then tying up the priest. Oop.
So, we have 3 lusty women engaged in a ritual. They're drinking and dancing when suddenly they hear a noise from the bushes. Their ritual seems to be working. There's a man they can get drunk already. While 2 of them are busy with the priest, the 3rd one leaves. She is the one who stole the goat and brought it to the ritual. The poor animal smells trouble and charges at the drunken woman with the amphora. Still, he couldn't break free, and at the end was brutally torn apart and eaten alive.
Well, they attracted the attention of men. The police, at least.
Alright, police station time. All right, and then I think on the list there's only one more police case.
Mr. Holmes, I have great news. Our recent accomplishments have earned me a promotion. Sergeant Stark. It has a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
Please accept my congratulations, Sergeant. Your part in solving those cases was invaluable.
Come, Mr. Holmes. Your part was just as important. Not without my guidance, of course, but you did an excellent job. Anyway, I'll be moving back to the office space. My days at this blasted desk are almost over. I won't be scapegoated now.
Good for you, I suppose. Speaking of scapegoats, I've solved the last
Look at that
case on the
segue.
board. The goat was stolen by the lady in the blackbird mask. As if that makes any difference, judging by the atrocity I witnessed at the crime scene.
Yes, I heard about that one. The things women get up to these days. Ugh.
Well, I'm glad to have been of service. Now I have other matters to attend to.
Mr. Holmes, if I may be so bold as to make one last request. Do you remember that I told you that our chief inspector has been missing for a few months now? My current task is to establish his fate. I've tried to make sense of his last case, but it's a convoluted mess. I would really appreciate your help.
Sure.
Fine, you have me intrigued.
Thank you awfully, Mr. Holmes.
So is it Chief Inspector Placido who has vanished? From what I've gathered, he was a good detective.
Ain't that the truth? He was solving cases like shelling peas. Without him, things have gone downhill. He was a crotchety sort, always grumbling, fussing, taking his snuff by the handful, but I, for one, miss the old boy.
Tell me everything you know.
I don't know much. Just that it's connected to a gang called the Hive. Placido has been after their leader, the Hive Master, for years. But otherwise, I can't make head nor tail of it. Here, take the key to Placido's office. You might find some leads in there.
Very well, I'll see what I can find out.
One thing is certain. It's a dangerous business. Be careful, Mr. Holmes.
Plan B. Oh, because the Hive. I get it. Solve all the cases, but I just... Alright. Been through this before. You know well that I cannot allow it. You're an indispensable asset to this department, Placido. Sorry, but your retirement's out of the question. We need you. Alright. Six-shot cylinder, honorary
This must have
weapon.
been an award for long and faithful service. A box of snuff. Strong stuff.
I'm assuming somebody snuffed out his life. Hive gang police raid. Is the Hive Master dead? Yards, oh my god. Let me guess. He killed the Hive Master and then took over for the Hive Master.
I can almost picture you as an inspector, Sherlock. You'd lie on his sofa all day and still solve more cases than the rest of the police.
The files are gone, that's odd. Hive Master. Crime lords just love catchy monikers.
Alright, plan B. Oh. Old case files, nothing related to the Hive. Thick dust hasn't been opened for years. New safe hasn't been used. Nothing behind it. Aha. Beatrice Queen. Oh, B Queen. I get it.
Now that is odd, to say the least.
Was the Hive Master Frank Booth? If you get that reference, you're an incredible person. It's a very deep cut. No pun intended.
Let's take the ear, Sherry. It'll bring us luck. You'll see.
Good lord, you can't be serious.
Alright, notes on the Hive Master.
Nice. Always play it by ear, pal.
We have to go find somebody who's missing an ear now. Alright, let me see. Was there any other evidence I needed to collect here? Alright, that looks like everything I need to do. Now we have to go to City Hall. Too soon? The butler did it? Oh. What do you mean too soon? Oh, Frank Booth. Abe Lincoln. Frank Booth is the main antagonist of the movie Blue Velvet. And he cuts off a dude's ear. And that's what starts the case, because this guy comes home from his college, or on break from college, finds his ear in a field, and then starts investigating the case. Alright, archive. That's Chief Archivist. Regular archive. Alright. Citizens. British. And in Miner's End. Beatrice Queen. Business entity. Registered. Okay. We have to go, I'm assuming, the warehouse. Miner's End by Stevenson's Bridge. Okay. What are you playing today, Chris, now that you're home from work? Miner's End, Steven Creek Bridge. Pilgrim's Bridge. Stevenson's Bridge, okay. Cuphead on mute because you don't know what to play yet. Are those achievements still glitching for you? Game's in 2022, am I right?
Hello. How do you do? Hello.
When pretty gassed anyway, your mom came back at like 2:30 or 3 this morning. Your mom's out partying without you? You're not making sure she gets home okay? When art achievements glitching? Good point, Sam. I would be fucking furious if achievements glitched in Cuphead just because how frustrating that game is. Oh yeah, I forgot she was overseas for 3 years. Because of the COVID. Alright, Clay Street. Where's Clay Street? I mean, that is what we're looking for. I'm flying for the first time in, fuck, 4 years? On Saturday? Queen's Warehouse. How difficult and rewarding the game can be, and with clear care put into the variety of the achievements, is frustrating. Yeah. Remember, Shiz had one that unlocked and then locked. One of the 0 ones from the base game. Probably just replay what you need to do on a new file and get it over with. Is it the fuck, what was it? The Chalice one? The artifact? I know there's one, like, frustrating one with the artifact. Alright. Oh, I get it. Irresistible. Alright, so I still need to get a couple more kills. It's just for being the deal. That's so fucking stupid.
Hey, coming.
This is Hive territory.
I thought we were against murder. No, you killed it. You can overcome the... I thought we were against murder. No, you killed him.
Settle down, John.
I thought... No, you killed him. I thought we were against murder.
Who the fuck is shooting me now? Was it this clown with his fucking stupid hat?
No, you killed him.
Eat lead.
I am killing people. Yeah, there's an achievement for getting 15 kills.
Time to knock this guy. Hey, you could have kept him alive.
That. Yep. Kill 15 enemies. There we go. The door entered from. Frustrating because none of the doors look like the one I walked in from. Oh, the honeycomb.
Someone's been burning papers, I see.
Alright. Burnt paper.
Everything knits together.
I'm sure this story will be quite a yarn.
What a convenient way to pull the wool over the eyes of the customs house.
Oh, it's a shipment from America. Alright, the burnt paper we can do... Oh, there we go. Chemical analysis. -4 and -6. Oh, this. Alright, we're gonna do ×2. And then we're gonna do yeah, that would not worth it. Right. We're gonna do ×2. All right, so that's gonna make it -4, -4. We get the other. Okay, and then we're going to need to... this. Confuse myself here. Let's reset. All right. Sorry about that. Needed to respond to, or I was getting a phone call. I need to text the person back later. Let's see. No, we don't want to do that. Let's do... And then we'll take the... We have -4. Okay. Then that and this. Oop. Bingo. All right. Beeswax to Valen, 50 crates of yarn to Dublin, something of honeycombs to Thessalo. Okay. HM. All right. So the apiary is over this way. Not the exit. Not the exit. Oh, here's the exit.
It looks as though someone or something has escaped.
A statue of a buckled cage inside a city full of criminals. Let's take a closer look, Sherry.
That's for a different case.
It used to contain a silver statue of a miner's canary. They were often used by miners for the ones who gave their lives in the silver mines for the safety and prosperity of Miners' End, 1830. The lattice work was bent a long time ago.
Alright.
A gloomy picture.
But quite poetic. A symbol of safety and prosperity has vanished from Miners' End, and now only the cage is left to remind the residents of their past glory.
The canary was stolen a long time ago. There's no...
Alright, well, we're doing another... Oh, I went the wrong way.
Perhaps someone might know at least something about it. We should ask the people around here.
I jump over a fence? No. I don't want to fight bandits. How the fuck do I get over there? Can I... Okay.
Get off me! Sherry, don't even think about breeding these nasty things.
Not the bees.
Ugh.
Sir, I'm looking for a man who goes by the name of Hive Master.
Uh-huh.
Hiding the missing ear, okay. Snuff. Bee stings. Six-shot revolver. Alright, it's Placido. I fucking called it. That he took over. What's the deal with the ear? It is a nice hat. Like something you'd find at a Jimmy Buffett concert.
Chief Inspector Placido.
And what makes you think that?
Why, your missing ear, amongst other things. You need a larger hat. I've been investigating your last case on behalf of Sergeant Stark. And now I think I understand what happened to the Hive Master.
Humor me.
He killed him and took his place.
You killed him, didn't you?
Huh. You're sharp, son. I'll give you that.
But why? Everyone deserves a trial.
Wasn't my choice. He and his thugs attacked me when I went to arrest them. It was a kill or be killed kind of situation. Turned out for the best, though. With his cronies dead, not a soul knows what the Hive Master looks like. His own gang, scared stiff of him.
So you assumed his place to dismantle this criminal enterprise from within?
Damn right I did. And after I'm done, I'm not planning to go back. I've had enough of this rotten nest of corruption. But it just won't leave me alone, will it? First, they dismiss my retirement requests, and now they send a sleuth after me.
It's not like that.
I tell you what it's like, son. This is not the first case you've worked on for Stark, huh? That amateur promoted to a sergeant for his merits? I don't think so. You're not an officer. But from what I can see, you are much brighter than the lot of them.
Well, thanks.
So what's your stake in this? You some sort of consulting detective?
Yes. I suppose you could call me that. My name is Sherlock Holmes, at your service.
Then do me a service, Mr. Holmes. Drop this case and don't tell anyone you saw me here. Let me enjoy my retirement in peace.
I have your ear.
What the hell? Give it to me now.
All right, but let's make it a fair exchange, shall we? I'll trade it for your revolver. You have little use for it now.
Deal. Now go.
I'll consider your request, sir. Either way, I must talk to Sergeant Stark.
Tell him I died a hero. Or a coward, I don't care. As long as they leave me alone.
New gun. Nice. Can I have your old one?
Alright, so we need to go tell Stark that Placido's dead. Because that gives us the missable achievement. Let's unpin.
Sergeant Stark's back at his desk, across from the Chief Inspector's office.
You, Stark?
Any news, Mr. Holmes?
Placido is dead.
Chief Inspector Placido can be presumed dead. I was unable to find his body, but the evidence is unequivocal. He's gone.
I suppose I expected as much, but still it doesn't make it any easier. Placido was a good man. You would have liked him if you'd met him.
Yes, it's a pity. I'm sure I would.
In any case, no matter how bad, the truth is better than uncertainty. Please, take this as a token of gratitude. You've done us all a great service. Thanks again for your help. Good luck, Mr. Holmes.
The man deserves to be left alone.
All right. That finishes up all the police cases. Officially, even though we popped the achievement after the last case. And we'll wrap there for now. So YouTube, I will catch you guys in the next segment, which is going to be part 5? 5 or 6. I lose track of time. Thanks for watching.